This guy is lying to our faces.
I
He's
know.
lying. It's so obvious. Like, we're not stupid. Why are you lying? So, Patek Philippe, as some may know, our watch enthusiasts who follow our podcast, they've been making some very drastic changes. And this is under the guidance, or shall we say, the leadership of Theory Stern. So, the real question here is, Patek Philippe has been saying they're going to discontinue their most iconic pieces, but we haven't really seen what they're going to replace it with, what they're going to do, what comes next, right? How can you make the new Nautilus, for instance? Like, what is the next big thing? So this is what we're going to talk about. Now, I don't know too much about the future of Patek Philippe because they're very quiet, they're very private. But I wonder, Elizabeth, what do you think would make a company like this, a historic company, a company that's based on prestige, and with these these old heritage companies, they like to continue to release the same items because, as they say, they're timeless. What comes now? What do you think?
This actually is a very interesting one for me because I was kind of thinking, are they trying to, again, I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but these are just my thoughts. Are they trying to create a demand, or are they trying to stimulate some sort of, I don't know if it's artificial, demand. If there's going to be a less supply of something, that's going to make you want it a bit more. Also, the second-hand watch market has actually received a massive boost where, depending on what you read, you have collectors scrambling for classic watches. So they're buying these watches, holding and keeping them. You also have people selling these watches. So the second-hand watch market right now, there's a bit of a boom going on, especially now that we might be getting into, worldwide inflation, et cetera, et cetera. So there was that aspect for me. And then when I read the article further, the president actually said that to him, the numbers, the sales or whatever it is, they've got to a point where the numbers are largely abstract for him. So they're just, numbers on a piece of paper. He's more about quality. He's more about innovation. In fact, he deliberately keeps one or two floors of the factory empty, just in case they get this great big idea and they go for it. So again, I don't know. I think, yeah. I think there's something going on there, which, I'm pretty sure you can very well guess at.
This guy is lying to our faces. He's
know.
lying. It's so obvious. Like, we're not stupid. Why are you lying? Okay. Here's one take. Here's one take. Let's see if this sticks. All right. So again, to clarify, Patek Philippe said they're discontinuing the Nautilus. For those who don't know the Nautilus, here's a picture. It is the most iconic and most recognizable watch they make. Non-watch people recognize this watch. Now, it looks a lot like the AP Royal Oak. Okay, these watches came out around a similar time. And they were both inspired by the porthole on a ship, I believe. So that's why they have this very similar silhouette. Not exactly the same, but you can kind of get the same feeling from them. Okay. Here's what I think. Patek Philippe is now known for this one style of watch, and that's it. People do not know their other offerings. This is the one. This is it. And I think that maybe this guy is just a very creative person, right? And the worst thing that a creative person can feel is that their work is stale. They're not, innovating anymore. And I think this might be the reason why they're trying to shake it up. Well, obviously, there's money to be made by discontinuing the watch as well, right? Announcing that, whether you do or not, just announcing it is going to make you money. But aside from that, I think he's like, you know what? We're being stale here. We're not innovating, and other brands are coming up with amazing things. You've got brands like Grand Psycho. Yes, you got brands like Grand Psycho innovating with all kinds of technology, different textures, etc., changing their silhouettes up, and these are brands that are definitely not as prestigious as Patek Philippe, yet they're giving them a run for their money. So maybe this is just time for them to switch it up a bit. I don't know if discontinuing your literal bread and butter is the way to do that, but it certainly forces you to think of new ideas, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's that for me, it's when you cannibalize yourself, when you kind of like go, you know what, that's our safety net, and we are going to get rid of the safety net, and we're just going to see what happens because, yeah, I mean, like he said, oh, yeah, but for me, well, from my perspective, I think reality will hit because the board of directors, the shareholders are going to say, well, it's all well and good to create something amazing, wonderful, creative, but that's our money you're playing with. And we need a return on our money. Thank you very much. So he is worth apparently 3 billion. So he can afford to say he doesn't look at the figures in a certain way, but the shareholders and the people, but but I suspect though that he definitely wants to innovate. So personally, I think if I were him, I would either, again, when I used to be a headhunter, these are suggestions that we used to make. Either you grow your talent in-house, you find some young, amazing designer, get their name out there, get them a cult following, get them to release amazing work, throw a lot of money, a lot of PR, marketing behind them, or you get an established watchmaker, get them out of retirement, get somebody new, I don't know, whatever you have to do, get them, announce a massive collaboration, create something amazing, shake up the market. So, but we don't know, but this is definitely a space that I'm keen to watch because of that aspect of what are they going to do next? What are they going to replace this watch with? Like you said, that's their bread and butter. So it doesn't make sense from a commercial perspective to do that. But hey, let's see how it goes.
We'll have to see. Only time will tell. If we can learn from anything, is that this brand is good at what they do. They've been doing it for a very long time. So only time will tell. We'll see. But you heard it here first, folks, on Luxury News Weekly, the number one source of luxury news on every platform. That's it. We're out, and catch us next time.